Hello everybody, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the treasure spawn that just came out for Sierra Goddess. Pal, I would just call her Pal for short, because that's her first three initials. So, let's get to it. Okay, so this monster is going to give 300 ability power, physical damage, dark. It's not a lot of damage. It can do a few scratches in player versus player, though in player versus enemy, that's not anything significant at all whatsoever, like 0. The reason I'm saying that is not just because of the ability power itself, but because it removes damage reflection, damage reduction, continuous heal effects. That means if you pop a body or something like that, it's going to go through it. Keshin, Madia, or anything of the sort. Renevere is a bit tricky because Renevere only activates a little over half health, but Madia and Keshin are guaranteed damage reduction, and because of that, it's gonna get removed instantly, and you will see some damage in player versus at least player doing this. This one's gonna also apply Awakening for all allies, not like straight away. It's gonna apply Awakening standby mode. It activates when HP reaches 60% or below for 60 seconds. It's going to increase Dark Elemental attack, and it's going to cast Hero on yourself. If you manage to get it to its second awakening, it's going to apply Kismet, and then its fourth awakening, it's going to recover 25 costs. So that's pretty much the monster and everything surrounding it. It is nothing special. If you're thinking this monster might be one of the best monsters in the game, you're far from it. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This monster is nothing special. The only thing this monster's got for itself, it doesn't even instant awakening. Like, that's the thing with it. Versus Aquarius or Loki, it's got Dark Elemental attack, it's got Hero, but that Hero and the removed damage reduction, and reflection, and continuous heal effects, we already got a monster that can cast at that as 33 cost, and its name is Odin. It does actually more than just the continuous heal and all that stuff. It does hecka more ability power, though it's targeted towards only one person. And it casts Hero, it does the paralyzation as well. But this monster is definitely nice for player versus player. I wouldn't say the absolute best choice, but this is an excellent choice due to the prohibit, due to the removal of Madia, and it could clutch with Awakening, absolutely, sometimes, at least in Coliseum, because it's not based on the team that goes first, it's based on who went the fastest, who you need the fastest. Whoever you need the fastest, besides who goes first based on score, is going to go first. So that means that you could win the Unison battle, your team could win the Unison battle. That means you go first, then the enemy team goes first, then you go first, the enemy team goes first, or however, whoever Unison goes first. So definitely, that would be pretty dang helpful. And Coliseum, for sure, and door rooms. But there's also some perks for this monster in player versus enemy also, but nothing significant besides maybe its looks and the fact that it will give prestige. I didn't notice Coliseum was out in this new event is really the only reason to actually grab the monster at all, if not at all. And as for its awakenings, I'm pretty sure what they did here in the Metal Exchange is it's 6k, which this right here is really tricky. This is very questionable. Why would they make a monster 6k versus the others being like a 9k and 8k that are a lot weaker, not as featured, or in anything surrounding that scenario and situation? The reason for that probably being is this monster is only going to be awakening with awakening Neonas, or it's going to have, you're gonna have to have multiple of this monster even awaken it in the first place. And is that even worth it? I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not worth it. This monster is nothing significant. That is a huge ripoff for your gems and everything surrounding. And there's no new feature gear either in the spawn either. So if you like, check right here. It's nice that they do the select defense weapon and armor guaranteed, but like this is all older stuff. This is nothing brand spanking new to really help actually make this treasure spawn worth spawning more than the monster. So the only reason you really have to spawn this is the monster, and even with treasure spawns, they are more of the pay to win type of selection and scenario. You're guaranteed to get what you want, but you need to get a certain amount of medals before you get it, and it costs lots of gems, considering that each time you spawn you're losing 30 gems after the first time half off, and you're not getting that 6k right away. You're getting like 900 to 1,300 in the jackpot, 400 in the one of the side chests, and 200, well, 550 to 200 in each and every spawn. So you do the math, you're going to have to spawn a couple times, and just spawning 3 times is 120 gems. So yeah, this spawn is no easy free-to-play friendly spawn. This is a pay-to-win spawn, and the monster is nothing towards, like, nothing big that you should really go for, especially for the Awakening. That right there is a rip-off low-key. Oh yeah, I wanted to say, I didn't realize this, but if you're interested in any of the other gear, perhaps like reflection reduction, if you don't have it, which I doubt you don't, especially unless you don't do treasure spawns, then you might not. Or damage down double XLs in here, perhaps you want to max infuse those. You have the option. I did not see that, but anyways, that's all I really got to talk about for this treasure spawn right here. And that's light orientated. The thing you're actually fighting is light orientated. The visitor from the void, I think. Only dark star monsters. So this is not like a monster. It's not going to be made for the whole mission. In fact, it's better if you have like a star elemental monster, a star field, and then you got like Aquarius to really help with resurrection. Like this right here, Leviathan is actually ironically probably, if not probably, perfect for the whole surrounding. It gives Piercer. Piercer is going to be a lot better than removing damage reflection, damage reduction, continuous healing for player versus enemy, because it lasts. It only does it once if you use it, the remove thing, but Piercer, it doesn't matter what you throw up, whether it's barrier or damage reduction, under any circumstance, for the full however long the Piercer lasts, it will nullify that. It will go through it. And this cast Piercer for all allies. You got Pom that does that, helps with continuous. Unfortunately, there's no light monsters that you could really use, but you got Yashi as a hero monster right here, and Yashi is a better hero monster personally than the monster that you see in the treasure spawn. It recovers that cost. It's got a good combo for player versus enemy, and unlike this monster right here. So I'm just telling you, like, this nothing good. Oh, well, it's kind of good, but nothing like really worth spawning for. There's other options that you could use in this monster for sure. So that's all I gotta say for this video. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.